Hi Stampers! Today we're going to be making this little gift card holder, which I think is so cute. I just love this. And this is one of my favorite new colors that they came out with, Wild Wasabi. So we're going to go ahead and I'll show you how this works. You just basically untie the little ribbon here, and then inside is a little slot to hold a gift card. And that just pulls right out. See how that works? So I'll show you how to make this. It's pretty simple actually. And you can make it for any occasion, which is the great part about these projects. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use a piece of Wild Wasabi cardstock, which measures 11 inches long by 4 1/4 inches wide. So 11 inches by 4 1/4. What you're going to do then is you're going to score it at 3 inches, and then go ahead and score it again at 8 inches, which I've already done. So you can see how that is. What you're going to do in order to get this fold in the center, or the card holder in the center, is we're going to take these score lines and we're going to fold this one in and this one in. So now you have it, looks like this. Then what you're going to do is make sure that the ends match up here, and you're going to go ahead and fold this card inward like such. So you can kind of see how you're getting that inside fold. Rather than scoring it, I like to do it this way because I know it's going to match up perfectly this way. So if you're a little off in your measurements, which sometimes I am, this way you'll know you'll get a perfect fold every time. So there you have it. So now it's basically scored on this line, and you can go ahead and use a bone folder and get that flattened out a little bit better. But that's your basic card, how you make this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some sticky tape and sticky strip and go ahead and put that on the inside of that fold to keep it in. So this is going to be where you're going to put your sticky strip, right in here. This side and this side. Do not do the top part. We're not going to go ahead and put anything on there. So let's go ahead and put the sticky strip on now. And then that'll be your basic card. Then mostly it's just embellishments after this. So it's a pretty simple fold. You can go ahead and score it if you want to try to figure out that measurement. I just find it to be easier to do it this way. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take that backing paper off. If I can get it. There we go. Stick this down a little better. Alrighty, there we go. And then we'll just go ahead and get that secured. Okay, so now you have your card all ready to go. We'll do this part later. So we'll go ahead and do the top embellishment first. So what we're going to cut is a piece of basic black ribbon, and this is cut, about 14 inches long. Okay. We're going to take a piece of basic black paper, and using our 2 3/8 inch scallop, we're going to go ahead and just cut out one of those, and we'll set that aside. Then we're going to take some Whisper White paper, and we'll go ahead and stamp our little tree on there. And this tree is from the Fun and Fast note set, which I just think is the cutest little set. It has all these different sayings. And what I've done is, they do have the little sayings on there, but if you don't want to always use a saying with it, I just went ahead and mounted just the tree, and the saying is actually on the other side here, so you can use them separately if you wish. That makes it a little bit easier to use and a little more versatile. I'm going to use the chocolate chip ink, and we'll go ahead and open that up. And we're just going to go ahead and get our little tree on here. There we go. And to color this in, I've used the Old Olive. And what I'm going to do is just kind of press this down a little bit to get some in the top of the tray. And we're going to use our blender pens to paint this. So you've got some paint in the top of the tray. And we'll just use that, and we'll go ahead and fill in our little tree here. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to use just a little bit of cherry cobbler for the ornaments. So there's our cherry cobbler. We'll go ahead and open that up. And we'll go ahead and color those in. Okay. And then for the bottom of the tree, the tree trunk, we'll go ahead and use a little bit of chocolate chip ink again. So we'll go ahead and use that. And again, just pretty fast to be able to do it this way. Alright. And then for the bottom of that, I think I just used the cherry cobbler again. Yep, I did. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use a little bit more cherry cobbler in the bottom here for our little tree pot. There we go. Alright, so our tree is basically done. The only thing we need to add, of course, is a little bit of sparkly at the top. So what I've used for that is I've taken a glue pen and I went ahead and just put a little bit glue at the top of the star. And then I took some, oh, I love this glass glitter. It's so pretty. And this is the silver one. Let's put a little dab of that in. And it's a pretty chunky glitter, so you don't need it very much at all. But it really gives it that razzle-dazzle there. So now we'll go ahead and set our tree aside and let that dry just a little bit. Alright, and then the next little part we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our little message on there, which is Mary, and that's from the Tiny Tag set. And this is the stamp we're actually going to be using. And again, I just did this in chocolate chip on Whisper White cardstock. So we'll go ahead and stamp that on there. And then we're going to go ahead and punch that out with our jewelry tag punch, which I just love this little jewelry tag punch. So we'll go ahead and punch that out. There we go. And then in order to get that silver elastic on, I'll show you kind of a trick that I've learned. I think it makes it easy. I use a paper piercer. I have a silver elastic thread. And I'm just going to go ahead and loop that around the paper piercer. Okay. And I like the paper piercer because it has this rough edge on it. It just kind of holds it. It doesn't slip off as easily. And now you've got a loop. So I'm going to go ahead and just place the jewelry tag end in the loop because that's got it going already, you know, started already. It makes it a lot easier to loop that on there because it's such a tiny little tag. And then just go ahead and knot it once you get it on there. So now you've got your little tag. There we go. And then I can just trim off those ends a little bit with the scissors. Okay. So there's our little tag with the jewelry tag punch. And our tree should be just about dry now with the glitter. So now we're going to just cut out the tree with our 1 3/4 inch circle, and we'll go ahead and just put it right in there. It should fit in there pretty perfectly. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to mount this on top of the black, and we'll use a dimensional to do that, and also some snail. So I'm just going to use a little bit of snail here. Put the tree on the black scallop. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and start mounting this on the front of our gift card. So how we're going to do that is we're just going to go ahead and take our ribbon and we'll go ahead and wrap it around and make sure that you've got even amount on both sides here. I'm just going to use a little bit of snail on the back of the ribbon just to adhere it to the front of the card. There we go. And then I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and put them on the back of our black scallop here. Take that backing off. And we'll go ahead and put that right over the top. And then we're also going to mount the little saying, the little Mary saying, and I'm going to use a dimensional for that as well. And ladies, don't get rid of those little tiny dimensionals that you have in the ends, because those are perfect for these little tiny tags and things. So every little piece has a purpose. And then we'll just go ahead and put the Mary right on there. And then I'll show you how I did the inside. Pretty simple, actually. What I've used is a word window punch. And we're going to take the word window punch and we're going to take it, I'm going to start in the center here. I only put it about halfway down. I don't know how well you can see that, but I don't go all the way, just halfway down. And then just go ahead and punch that out. Then just keep running it along the inside of that center piece there. And just move it over. Try to line it up as best you can. There you go. And do that almost to the end of this inner part. Okay. And just make sure you have enough punched out so that a gift card's going to fit in. So you can kind of check and see if you've got enough. Yep, and that's plenty. Okay. Then the center part, I'm just going to use a 1-inch punch and bring it down about halfway and punch out the center. And it's a little bit tough because you're going through two pieces, but it will work. And there you go. That's just so you can grab onto the card. So that's basically how you make that. And hope you enjoyed the video and have a great rest of the day. Bye.